I love fucking with dudes that have felonies. I love fucking with dudes that have felonies. Yes, I do. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. You want to fuck with my feelings, Taekwon? That's okay. That's okay. I'll fuck with your freedom. You will never see the light of day again. Oh, you didn't commit a crime? You didn't commit a crime? That's okay. I'll lie. I'll lie and say that you did. Now, you broke my heart and Billy's.
When a guy asks you out, do you immediately say, "Sure, I can't wait to see you"? Well, if you do, this is the wrong thing to say, because he could turn around and say, "Okay, let's chill at my place." So what I want you to do, a way to immediately show your standards, is when he asks you if you're free, you say, "What did you have in mind?" This shows him you're not going to hang out with him regardless, and that you seeing him is contingent on him treating you like a lady.
There's 5 things you need to be successful. 1, you gotta take risks. Slow money don't make no money. 2, self-discipline. 3, sacrifices. You gotta be able to say fuck the club, fuck the partying, and stay down. 4, it's your circle. Surround yourself with some winners, some like-minded people. And number 5, last but not least, choose money over women. It should have been the first thing.
This is a warning to all my ladies. Be very cautious around funny men. Funny guys are dangerous, okay? Because they make you laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. Then boom, you're naked.
I would question a lot of men out there, quite frankly.
Tracy, I can't believe what I just heard you say. There's a reason that women live longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it. When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner.
I'm speaking to the men when I say this. If you're dealing with a toxic ex-girlfriend or a female that's back and forth in your life, I promise you, she does not give a shit about you. She is merely just using you as an ego booster because she knows that you got a soft spot in your heart for her, and she's going to take that shit and run with it. A lot of toxic and narcissistic females use this tactic to keep men attached to them. That's the only reason why she's popping up in your life, okay? She doesn't give a fuck about you. She doesn't miss you. She doesn't love you. She just thrives off the fact that there's a guy out there simping over her. She can be on the phone with her friends being like, yo, I call him up at 2 a.m. He answers on the first ring. I tell him to come over. He says he's 5 minutes away. I got him so wrapped around my finger, it's crazy. What's crazy is that she's selfish. She doesn't even want you, but she doesn't want to see you with somebody else either. She doesn't want to see you moved on or happy. So when she sees another female that you got your focus on, she's going to be right back in your life, fucking shit up and having you more confused than ever and back to being stuck on her. And she got what she wanted. You're back to being stuck on her. Like, that's what's fucked up. That's the only reason why she came back.
So there's this video trending around on Twitter and TikTok about this woman who was on a train in Philadelphia. There were multiple witnesses that stood by and watched this woman become a victim of trauma, and nobody did anything.
For all intents and purposes, I want to separate the onlookers into 2 categories, male and female. I've noticed that nobody has really said anything about the females that sat by and watched. No expectations for them to actually stand up and physically defend this woman from a heinous indiscretion. You know, because women are equal and they can do anything a man can do. Funny how gender roles are actually appreciated when women are being accosted. If it were female on male or male on male, nobody would have gave a fuck and the bystanders wouldn't have even come into question, except to be applauded for uploading what we would label as entertainment. Oh, how easily Moise Morancy has been forgotten. You don't remember that shit, huh? Here's a man that stood up on a bus and defended a young lady from being sexually assaulted and got arrested himself. Now let's sprinkle a little race into it. He's lucky to have even lived after the boys in blue showed up thinking that he committed the crime. Cause we all know how police get down. Please, ladies, continue to keep acting like bad men don't exist and you can function in this world as you want to without repercussion. There was a content creator by the name of Moses that made a video months ago. In that video, he explained how he had stipulations on his protection, after which he was berated by male content creator responses with nothing less than disdain. They insinuated that Moses was less than a man and weak because he didn't grant women default respect and protection. Now go check their pages and see what they said about that particular incident. Lesson here, ladies, quit following men that pander to you, because chances are, when it's all said and done, you're gonna be the one to pay the cost. Men's primary function is to establish order, so when we love you, we correct your poor behavior so the world isn't inclined to do you harm. My fault, y'all should be free and liberated. What the hell was I talking about? It was reported that police took 3 minutes to respond to the call. Seems to me the question right here, ladies, would be, would you rather endure that 3 minutes or have a man right next to you? Don't answer that. Men are trash, remember?
Now, here's the part that don't sit right with me. Let's say that this same situation happened in Texas, and she ends up pregnant as a result of this traumatic event. Y'all realize that the abortion laws don't protect her in this situation, right? Is anybody else petrified by this?
I disagree. We see how the system acts when a woman even accuses a man of SA or capital R. This one was actually filmed. A woman's only responsibility after having endured a capital R is to report it, therein by assuring she will have a kit done on her. Not to mention, Texas Governor Greg Abbott defended the state's restrictive new abortion law Tuesday, saying it doesn't force victims of rape to give birth and vowing to eliminate all rapists. Now, I can't say I believe in shit that come out of politicians' mouth, but I do know, as written, that bill does not defend the culprit, and it puts full responsibility on the victim to report that particular incident to the proper authorities, which I'm in support of. Keep in mind, we're talking about a man that is crazy and bold enough to do something like this in public. That man is whack and he should be thrown under the jail. But as for the men that filmed it, the last thing they should be is thrown under the bus for having provided the police with evidence and keeping themselves safe. Bars.
But if you are going to dictate to me that I'm supposed to pretend that men are women and women are men, no. My answer is no. I'm not going to modify basic biology because it threatens your subjective sense of what you are.
Okay, but you're still saying these kids should not be accepted because they don't really fit in either place? They can't just
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout.
Where's that written, though? Okay.
In the name Boy Scouts. Let me ask you this. Okay, I won't ask you how old. I will ask you how old you are, okay? Because you're young enough that it's probably not insulting to ask you. So.
I'm 22, so I'm probably young and naive, right?
No. Why aren't you 60? Why aren't you 60?
Because it.
And why can't you identify as 60? What is the problem with you identifying as 60?
It's not the same as gender. You can't just.
You're right. Age is significantly less important than gender. You can't magically change your gender. You can't magically change your sex. You can't magically change your age.
Here's exactly the thing you should do if you feel a guy pulling away from you. If he's starting to lose interest and he's kind of weaning you off, there's one important thing you need to do. You need to feel deep gratitude, because this dude is not your man. You know who your man is? He's the guy who's absolutely passionate about you. He's the guy who makes you feel great, not wondering and sending mixed messages. He's the guy who's energized for you. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard to let this one go because he seems so great, but I promise you he's not, and he's doing you a favor.